Yo, it's your boy Wes the Tech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist grow in your craft. Now, today we're going to go over, should you use Vevo for your music video, all right? Now, if you're a recording artist who's possibly considering using Vevo with your music video, then this is the perfect video for you, because in this video, I'm going to explain all the pros and cons of having your music video on the Vevo network, all right? Now, before I continue, I definitely want to let you guys know about my free music business checklist tool that's available on my website right now, all right? If you're an independent artist who's looking into actually officially starting your music business and you don't know where to start, I strongly recommend that you grab that music business checklist, because in that checklist, it's going to tell you the 3 things that you could do right now, starting tonight or today, to actually start your own music business, all right? It's very simple. It's free to have. All you got to do is click on the link, all right, and you'll be able to download it directly from my website, all right? Now, when it comes to Vevo, there is a few things that you have to consider when you're actually thinking about putting your music video on Vevo. Understand that for me, I help independent artists, so I'm always looking at everything from the scope of an independent artist, all right? Understand that Vevo is partnered with pretty much all the major record labels, all right? All the biggest ones are partnered with Vevo. Google is partnered with Vevo as well as YouTube, all right? So all of these companies are partners with Vevo, which makes Vevo official, right? So that's one of the biggest things, that are the most positive things that comes with having your music video on Vevo, all right? There's nothing that builds your credibility more than having that Vevo watermark on the bottom left-hand corner of your music video, right? I mean, nothing screams more official than that, right? So that's already one of the biggest pros of actually having your music video on Vevo. When people see that logo, they automatically think, oh, you're not just playing artist, you're an official artist, you're a real artist, right? The second thing is, obviously, because it's dealing with these major record labels, you also have access to the Vevo advertising, which means that you're using the same advertising that these record labels are using, which can also be big for you as well, because that could help grow your fan base, just like it would help a record label artist grow their fan base, right? So you have access to the advertising. It's easier for you to gain exposure and all of these different things, because you are actually part of the Vevo network. So I'm not taking anything away from the benefits of actually having your music video on Vevo. But in my opinion, as an independent artist, coming from the lens and perspective of an independent artist, I believe that Vevo is not something that we as independent artists should be a part of, for a multitude of reasons, all right? Now, the first thing that I'm going to start off with is that you have to understand that Vevo actually creates a channel for you when you distribute your music video to them, all right? So anytime you make a music video and you submit it through Vevo and it gets passed through Vevo, Vevo is actually going to create your own channel. This is why you see channels like Katy Perry Vevo, or Jay-Z Vevo, or Beyonce Vevo, because Vevo is actually creating a separate YouTube channel that will contain the music videos that you distribute through them, all right? Now, just because of this alone, this plays a big role, or this should play a big role in regards to your decision making as far as whether you want to use Vevo or not. Because you got to understand, if they're making the channel, that means that they have more control over it than you do, all right? Kind of like a record label has more control over your music than you do as an independent artist, all right? Now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like, oh, nah, he probably just on like record labels and things like that. It's nothing like that. But we have to actually acknowledge the facts of the matter. Because they actually are creating the channel, they have control over it and they have access to it, right? If you have already released a music video and you have a YouTube channel, you know right now you could go to your YouTube channel, you could go to your music video, you could change the title, you could change the thumbnail, you could change the descriptions, you could do whatever you want to your music video on your channel. It's not that simple when you have your music video distributed to Vevo. Now, of course, through whatever distribution company you have, you may be able to submit those changes, and some of them, it could take days and things like that, of course. But you do not have the same control over it that you would have if you were to actually release it through your own channel. All right, so that's the first thing, and to me that's the big thing, because I want to be able to have full control over it in every way, shape, or form, and I won't be able to have that if my music video is on the Vevo channel instead of my own personal YouTube artist channel. All right, the other thing is, again, because you do not have the channel and it's not your channel, you don't have that full access to the YouTube analytics that you would have on your own YouTube channel. You don't have access to YouTube Studios on the Vevo network channel, the channel that they create for you. The way you have it on your own YouTube channel, you won't have that through the Vevo channel that they create for you, because again, it is controlled by them. It is not controlled by you. So you're going to be missing out on all of those in-depth analytics, which is another big deal, especially if you know how to advertise through your own analytics. All right, so that's another big factor for us as independent artists that could maybe hinder us from even wanting to mess with Vevo. You understand? But the third, and I think probably the most important thing, and it's probably going to be the most important thing for you guys, is that Vevo takes a cut. It's just that simple. There is a certain percentage of the royalties that you would get for your music video. You're not getting 100% of that. Vevo is going to take a cut out of that. Granted, so it makes sense because they're putting it on their network. They want a piece of it too, which is 100% fair. But the only problem is if you are releasing your music video on your own YouTube channel, you won't have to give nobody a cut. There's no middleman. There's no you, Vevo, consumers. It's just you to the consumers through YouTube. There's no middleman, which means that you get 100% of your music video royalties rather than 70%, because I believe Vevo keeps 20 or 30%. I don't remember the actual percentage, but they do keep a percentage of your music video royalties because you are using their network to release your music video, right? So once you factor that in as well, as an independent artist, that's counterproductive, because obviously at the end of the day, you want to get as much royalties as possible because you are an independent artist. Your whole career is dictated by how much income you're coming in, because the more income that comes in through your music is the more of it that you can flip and push back out to grow your music business or to grow your music career. So the least amount of cuts that you can do, the better. You don't want to have to keep paying all of these different people your money in order for you to grow in your career. You already got to pay your music distributor, so why pay Vevo as well? You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're actually releasing your music video, let's say through DistroVid, for example, because DistroVid is the music video distribution version of DistroKid, which distributes your music. You have to pay DistroVid, right, in order for you to distribute it to Vevo. Then once it's on Vevo, Vevo is going to collect a percentage of your royalties for your music video. That just is counterproductive in my opinion, and that alone deters me from using it, all right? For me, it's more so the control over it than the percentage they take, but once you add that into it, me personally, I don't feel like it is the best choice to make when you are an independent artist because of all of those different factors. But again, when you're looking at the pros is that you do get part of an established record. It does build credibility and all of those different things. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, I've seen music videos with millions of views without the Vevo logo on the bottom left-hand corner. So it's not like having that logo will make or break your credibility, right? And when it first came out, maybe, when it first came out, it was a big deal. Everybody had it. But nowadays, I don't think it's as big as it was before. So I don't think it's as necessary to have. But again, if you are considering actually releasing your music video through Vevo, I just think you as an independent artist should take on all of these factors before you make that decision. Because at the end of the day, once you do it and they have that channel and you realize you don't have as much access to it, you can't change things on it the way you would want to change it because it's not officially your channel, it's their channel. Then there's some other problems that can occur. And to be quite frank, what happens if you don't want to do music anymore? You get what I'm saying? What happens then? It's still their channel. It's not your official channel. It's their channel. Your music video is on their channel. And that alone is kind of scary and tricky to me because it's almost like owning your masters. You get what I'm saying? I personally think that every independent artist should own their own music channel, right? And then you have to factor in the official artist channel on YouTube as well. If you already created an official artist channel on your channel on YouTube, Vevo is not going to be a part of that. That is something separate. So you would literally have to take the Vevo videos and share it to your YouTube channel so people can see it on your YouTube channel. But all the money is going to go to the Vevo network. They're going to take their cut and then send you the rest. You see, there's no point of that. That makes no sense. Just for a low watermark, just to be a part of a network with Sony and all of those different people, in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to convince you to do one or the other. I'm really just giving you everything, all the facts, and lay them out for you so you understand all the pros and cons of it, all right? But that's pretty much it. Like I said, as an independent artist, it's entirely up to you. You make your decisions on it. Obviously, you know, there are some artists who are signed to certain record labels. Like if you're an artist and you're signed to Sony, of course you're going to be part of Vevo because Vevo partners with Sony. So if you release a music video, your music video is automatically going to be with Vevo because you're signed to a record label. That makes sense. But when you're an independent artist, you actually have a choice. You don't have to have it on Vevo. If you want it, that's cool, but you don't have to have it, and it may be more beneficial for you not to have it on your own channel because you have 100% access and you get 100% of the royalties, all right? But that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to make this video on, just to kind of clear the air when it comes to Vevo and to help you at least understand how to view Vevo from an independent perspective. Now, if you have any additional questions in regards to Vevo or the Vevo network or distributing your music video through DistroVid or DistroKid, anything like that, you could leave comments in the comment section below. If you feel like there's something that I'm missing that is a bigger pro to using Vevo, please leave comment in the comment section below. We're a community. We're trying to learn and understand everything together. So, you know, maybe there's something I don't know about it that could actually make it seem more beneficial. For me right now, it doesn't. But that doesn't mean I won't change my mind if I'm privy to new information. New information creates changed opinions. That's just it. So if you have any comments or any things that I haven't talked about in here, that's another major pro. Please leave comments in the comment section below. I'll pin it, do whatever I can to make sure that others who are in the comments can see it as well, all right? But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Yeah. Can nobody hold me? Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm feeling like Daniel. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can nobody face me? Yeah. I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can nobody break me?